everyone, and how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody is doing wonderful and well, and you are all doing fantastic because I have missed you so much. I now have been away for a little bit of a hot minute, but I am back and we are here to discuss some new complexion products that are out on the market. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Gabe and this is Gabe Loves Makeup, and we are so glad to have you here. And when I say we, I mean you as in me as in you, because this is your channel as much as my channel, and we are a little family here. So we welcome you here with a great big hug. So, come on in, pull up a chair, grab a little snack, a little cup of a little cup of water, a little cup of coffee, tea, Coke, whatever it may be, because we're gonna go over some of these wonderful complexion products that are new on the market, and some of them are newer to me and maybe a little bit older, but newer to me. We're gonna be going over the Ambient Hourglass, the foundation. I'm going to be talking about this. All of these I've been using, by the way, so I've checked them out and I've been using them for quite some time, so I have some feedback on it. The Born This Way Ethereal Light Concealer, the DIOR, the Natural Velvet Makeup, also the LANCOME Priming Serum, and the new E.L.F. This is the Halo Glow Liquid Filter. And then also, this is new to me, is the McGrath Sublime Perfection Under Eye Setting Powder. So we're going to be going over all of that today. So if you guys are interested in any of these wonderful skin products and want to know what my feedback is, some is good, some is bad, then stick around and let's find out together. I have been wearing these products for quite a few days, some like over a course of like 2 and 3 weeks, really testing them, putting them to the test to see what I think of them, see what how they work for me and my dry skin. So I'm not going to be doing all of the foundation because I've got the Ambient and I have the DIOR. We're going to be doing the DIOR on screen together. I want you guys to see that one. I will talk about the Ambient a little bit later on, as well as the E.L.F, because I already have another primer and I don't want to do 2 different types of primers together. I might actually throw a little bit of the E.L.F on and a little bit in the middle of it. We might throw a little bit of the E.L.F on, but we want to start off first with the new LANCOME Priming Serum. Now this is a new product that LANCOME came out with. It goes with their Doll Care and Glow Foundation. This is supposed to be a 24-hour hydrating solid priming soothing primer. It has a 1% hyaluronic acid and also a niacinamide as well. It's supposed to be smoothing. It's supposed to smoothen pores, and it's supposed to mattify certain areas, and it's supposed to keep the skin 24 hours hydrated. So it is a really unique product. It is new. A lot of places don't even know. I think it's only right now it's at Macy's. And that's the only place I've seen it at so far that it's actually out on the market. So it's also on LANCOME.com right now at the moment. But it actually comes in a solid. It looks like this. And I know what you guys are going to automatically say is like, oh my God, this looks like something else that's a canvas, that's like a priming serum. It is not a dupe for the Tasha. I will tell you that. Packaging looks a little similar. Little things with as far as that goes, ingredients are totally different. I went on, checked the ingredient listing because I thought the same thing. But after doing some research, I noticed that if I try to, I will try to put up side by side here where you can see the ingredients together. They are not the same thing. The Tasha has actual silk in it. This one does not have silk in it. Actually, this one actually does have, it has dimethicone in it, which is the first ingredient. Please keep that in mind when you're using a foundation, because sometimes it has water as the second ingredient, but dimethicone is the first ingredient. So sometimes a water-based foundation with the dimethicone may not work. LANCOME is in the process of letting me know about how that's going to work. The product hasn't been out very long, so we're going to be playing with it some. I have tested it with a water-based foundation. It did okay. It just depends on what kind of look you want with the product. So, you just have to keep that in mind when using this product. There is a 0.51 ounce in the inside of it. It comes just like this with the little mirror in it, and it comes with a little spatula that you get that you can use with it. I've already been using it, so you'll be able to see that I've been using it, but it comes just like that. You open it up just like that, like a cushion, and then you just peel off the top of it, which I'll go ahead and peel off with. I wanted to wait and do that together with you guys. But this is what it kind of looks like in the inside, and then of course you can pop this out. So this comes out of the compact, and you can just get this for $36. So So that's kind of cool. And then, you know, that if you don't want the compact, it still closes. So if you want to just buy the refill, you can do that, and it's $36. So, I mean, just keep that in mind when you're purchasing. I think at Macy's, they did not have the refills yet. I saw them online. I don't know if stores are going to be getting refills or not, or if they're just going to get this. I'm sure they will eventually, but this is a brand new product. So I don't know, we're going to see, but it's supposed to made to kind of go with the new Care and Glow. So it's just a smooth outpour. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to go in with just a little bit. I want to show you guys a little bit of the texture. I'm going to scrape a little bit off here on a little spatula, and I'm going to kind of let you just see what it looks like. Now, that's an awful lot. Now, I will tell you, you do not need a lot of this product. Do not use a lot of this product, especially if you are dry skin and you want to just smooth out just a little bit of the center. You can do that. Do not put it under your eyes, because if you put it in your eyes, your concealer will be, unless you're just very oily and if you're oily combination skin, you're going to love this product. Normal combination oily skin is going to love it. Dry skin, you're going to have to be weary, but it does feel really beautiful. It goes onto the skin really beautifully. It smooths into the skin really beautifully. As you can see, it's kind of like, I mean, it just really smooths out on the skin. It looks like it gives the skin like a kind of like a luminescent matte glow to it. So when you feel it, it doesn't feel like anything. It just feels very balmy, very matte. It almost has like a matte feel to it because it dries down very quickly. Again, it has a little bit of a fresh smell to it. If you're using the Care and Glow, and the Care and Glow does have fragrance in it, this is going to have it in it too. So just keep that in mind. If you combine the two together, it might bother you a little bit. So just to show you, I don't have anything on right now. I'm sorry, I'm a little hot today. So with all these lights in my room, it's a little hot. So I don't have anything on. I've just got my moisturizer and everything on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this. I'm going to take just a little bit, and what I'm going to do is just kind of warm it up a little bit. So, I mean, it being 51, you know, I don't really care about pores or anything like that, so I'm not one of these that really cares about it. But, I mean, you know, sometimes I don't mind doing a little bit of smoothing in areas. I don't mind it. So I'm going to just kind of go through here and just kind of smooth that out a little bit. Smoothing. I probably should have done one face and versus the other side. It should have done one versus the other, but we're already here, so we're just going to go with it. But see, it feels very silky. It's got a very silky feel to it. I mean, and I'm very glowy anyway because I put so much product on my skin. But I did make the mistake of putting on too much the first day because I was like, oh, let me just cover my face in it. No. It makes you look really matte. And we're already going to be doing a velvet matte powder over this. So don't do that. And I also did this with the Ambient just to test it with it to see how it works. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But you know, just be wary because, again, of the dimethicone, you want to be a little weary with it. But it is very smoothing. It does feel very nice on the skin. But it feels really nice. It's very lightweight. It's very, you know, it's not too heavy at all. It's a very nice product. So, I mean, if you're looking for in the market and you like the Tasha Silk Canvas, or you like, you know, balmy kind of products or mattify, or you like things that kind of smooth the complexion and kind of smooth and blur pores, I would love to see Rissa Does Makeup do this. I would love to see what she thinks of this because she's oilier and she likes the Care and Glow, and I'd wonder to see what she would like it together. I tried it with the Care and Glow too. I felt like it was a little bit too matte for me with the Care and Glow because the Care and Glow is nice. It's a nice little bit of a radiant, but it kind of mattifies too at the same time, so it's a little weird. So it's a little bit too much mattness for me whenever I put them together. So together they're not great. I did use it just by itself at the gym and just putting a little bit on my T-zone here, which is what I used to do with the Tasha Silk Canvas, and I used to love that product. And it never dried me out or made me feel really dry or anything, and I used to love it. But I would put it just to smooth it over my skin before I go to the gym. It just to make me feel a little bit better, you know, before you go to the gym. But it's a really nice product. I mean, I really don't have anything bad to say about it. I just think that so far, I think more normal oily skins are going to like it better. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the E.L.F. This is the E.L.F. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. This is supposed to be the dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury liquid, the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I have been using this for a little while too, and I've been playing with it. So I thought we would do a little bit on the outskirts of my face while we're like kind of talking about it a little bit. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury. I'm not going to do a comparison video with it. There's plenty of those out there. If you guys want to check it out, there's so many people that have done the comparison with the Hollywood Flawless filter and with this together. But anyway, but just to give you guys a real quick, this is the doe fit to the Hollywood Flawless filter. This is in the shade 10. I have this in the shade medium. I also have this in the shade 4, so I like both of them. My Hollywood Flawless filter is she's starting to smell, so she's getting to that point. I've had this now. I think I've had these for what, 3-4 years. I've really held on to them, and I'm usually not one of those people that hold on to stuff, but I've really held on to it. But it's time to dump them, so they're getting to the point where they have this paint-like smell. But I will say, as we're applying this one, because this is the doe fit on this one, it's a little bit bigger. It's a lot bigger, actually. I'm not going to go anywhere in here because the first ingredient in this is water. So I'm just going to be a little careful with it. But I'm going to take a little bit out here, just where I want a little bit more glow. We don't want to put anywhere we put a little bit more of that stuff on because we don't want them to mesh together. But just a little bit right through here, just to kind of smooth it out. But it feels really good. It goes into the skin really beautifully. It's only $14 compared to I think it's the $44.45 for the Charlotte Tilbury. I mean, it blends into the skin beautifully. It really is smoothing. I'm going to be honest with you though, being very dry, I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury, and I've heard mixed results with this one. A lot of people think that the Charlotte Tilbury is more, it's a little bit more, it dries down a little bit more, like it has more of a matter finish to it. I feel like it has a little bit more moisture to me. So I feel like it's a little bit more moisturizing. But this one is just as beautiful as that one. They're both pretty much the same thing. I've looked at the ingredients. They're not too far off from each other. I mean, it's just all up to what you want. If you're a big Charlotte Tilbury fan and you love it and you love your Hollywood Flawless filter, if you wanted to give it just a try to see what it was like for $14, it's not, it's not bad. I mean, if you want to try it out, and they are going to start selling it at Target. It is sold out. They sell out of it. They've been selling out of it really, really quickly. But it is a really beautiful product. So, I mean, for the price point and what it is, I mean, it's really, really nice. So I would definitely give it a check out if you really, really like this product. You can see I don't even have anything. It's like, it's so old. But anyway, but this one and the other one is going in the garbage. I will be using this one more. I'll be using this one up for a little while before I go back to buy more of this. Because I've ran out of quite a bit of my Charlotte Tilbury. I've ran out of my magic cream. I've ran out of the serum. I ran out of the oil, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. I've ran out of a lot of that stuff. But I'm just going to kind of like, use this up because I might even pick up another color in this. And, because sometimes I like a little bit more of underneath. But I love using these alone. This I love wearing all by itself. I get the most compliment with this one. I haven't really tried this one by itself yet, so I have to get back with you guys and let you know what I think of it by itself, but I do really, really like it. It is very nice. And so with that said, we're ready to move on to foundation. So we have a new foundation from the wonderful world of DIOR. DIOR they had their Forever makeup. I think it was called Forever Extreme Powder Makeup is what it was called before. We never sold much of it very much because, if you guys are new, I work for DIOR. I work for them on the side. And, we never sold much of that powder for some reason. It just kind of sat there. We didn't sell a lot of it. But this is the new DIOR Natural Velvet. So they changed the name a little bit. It's 90% natural now. It leaves a velvet luminous complexion to the skin. It has a double-sided sponge in the inside of it, so you can use it's kind of, one is more side of like a suede, and the other one is more of like a velvet, so there's two flips to the sponge. The last time that I did use this product, I used it with just my, my Real Technique sponge, the powder sponge. I used it with that, and I've also used it wet. I've tried it different ways. But it is I'm really kind of impressed with this powder, guys. And I don't really like velvet powders, and I don't really like anything matte. So this is kind of unusual for me. So this is a little bit of a surprise for me. But this is what the compact looks like. It looks like this. Sorry if I've got my fingerprints on it already. I tried to wipe it off. And then it's the back of it. I have it in the shade 4N. It's $60 though, but it does have a refill in it. So you can pop it out. So it pops out just like that. So you can buy the refills for it. So that way, therefore, you you don't have to buy the whole compact again if you want to do that. It does come with a little sponge in it, which Dior recommends that you use. It has the one side is a little bit more of a velvety feel, and then the other side is more of a suede feel. There is 0.35 ounces in this makeup. It's supposed to give a medium to a full coverage. It doesn't really say anything about it. You can use it wet or dry. I don't even remember them ever telling us that you could. I mean, I think most people just use it more drier than anything. But I mean, you could definitely use it as a setting powder if you wanted to use it with a brush just to give you a little bit more coverage. But I think mostly it's made for like that powder makeup. So, I mean, so it's made with sustainable packaging. And also just letting you know, the first ingredient in it is like a synthetic fluorescent something, and the second ingredient is mica, which kind of was, I was like, that's very interesting. But anyway, we're gonna go in. I'm gonna actually use the Dior sponge. I have not used the sponge yet. I wanted to use that with you guys. So Dior suggests that you go with the velvet side first. So we're gonna go in and put a little bit of the velvet, and you just place it in little areas. And I will tell you guys, there is 16 shades in this foundation. It's like, so they all look really light, but the thing about it is that they actually, when you put it on the skin, they deepen on the skin. So they look light in the compact and they look light in the pictures on the, when you see it online. Right now, the only one that has it in stock right now for the new one is on Dior, the Dior website, and also on the Nordstrom I think it's on their website, but I got this at Nordstrom's. So, I mean, because they got it in first, but it is a really beautiful foundation. It does really wear well. It wears very nicely. I usually would not leave it, matte. I wouldn't leave it super matte, but, I usually spray it to kind of make it look a little bit more radiant, but it does stay on all day. I will give it that. It does stay really good on all day. I got so many compliments on the day that I wore. I was really shocked. I'm really shocked by this foundation, actually. So I'm going to go back and flip it around on the other side, which is more of the suede side, and we're going to go over that area. And I'm going to kind of just avoid the eye area. I'm trying not to get it too close because we're going to do some concealer in just a minute. And kind of just blend it into the skin. It goes on the skin really pretty. And you can build it kind of slowly. Now, I don't, my face does not get, it gets sun and I'm in the lights. If you guys were in front of me, you would see that I've got a lot of color in my face, but in the lights, it makes you look more washed out. So just keep that in mind. But I have this in a shade 40. The lighter shades have a lot more. They have a little bit more to pick and choose from. The darker shades don't. So if you're anything, I think past a 3N, it's like there's like 4N, 5N, 6N, and 8N. There's 7 and 8N. There's not a lot of other options. So if you don't have a lot of options with that, but now if you're one of those shades in Dior, then you should be fine. Okay, so I'm putting on a little bit of my girl on. This is the Kiss. It's the it's one of the it's peach something on the bottom of it. It's Kiss. It's one of the lip balms. I'll put it down in my description box if you guys want to check. But it feels really good. I've had this one for quite some time, but I love these. They're really great. They have them in different colors, but they're really, really nice. So next let's talk about this new Born This Way Ethereal Light Concealer, Illuminating Smoothing Concealer. Just to throw this out there, I want to throw it out there and let you guys know all the wonderful stuff that's in it. Coconut water. It helps with skin's moisture levels. Alpine rose. It has hyaluronic acid. It's 24-hour wear. It's waterproof, sweat and humidity resistant, non-creasing, delivers immediate moisture all day. It's a buttery serum-like concealer, effortlessly glides onto the skin to camouflage and cover imperfections for 24 hours. With the blend of aloe leaf and daikon seed and squalene, our waterproof formula makes the skin look luminous for a look so naturally flawless you'll think that you were born this way. Well, I have some stuff to say about this concealer. So this is what the packaging looks like. I think this concealer is $29. Again, I'll put it here if you guys want to kind of see it, because you can kind of see that what the box looks like and the information's on the side of the box. There's like a 0.16 full ounce in this concealer. It has the Too Faced logo on the top of it. I got this in this shade. This is in the shade Cafe a Lot. But this is kind of like what the color looks like. You guys, this concealer really disappointed me. I'm not going to be putting this concealer on. I'm actually going to put the OG on, the multi-purpose sculpting concealer. This is amazing. This is a great concealer. I still have to mix a little bit of it with my Tarte creaseless concealer because it's a little bit more hydrating. My eyes are extremely, extremely dry. It looks really beautiful. I mean, it looks really pretty. You think it's going to be really beautiful. It's kind of like the DIOR concealer. It's like the DIOR Backstage concealer. When I tried it, I was like, oh my God, it feels so good. And it was very radiant. It has a little bit of a radiance to it when you put it on. But oh my God, it made me so dry. I was so dry. Makes my eyes so dehydrated. I used it for like 2 days, 2 or 3 days. It took me 2 or 3 days just to use a lot of eye cream to get my eyes from looking so crinkly. I look like I was even like another 40 years older than I am. It made me look so old. I mean, it made my under eyes look so dry. I don't know if it's the coconut water. I don't know if it's the hyaluronic acid or the squalene. And if you guys have been using products for a while, you know these products with these hyaluronic acid and squalene and stuff like that, and all these makeups and stuff with stuff like that in it these days. You know, it's not always a good thing for especially people that are drier. If you're more oilier, or if you have more of an oiliness to your skin, or your combination or whatever, it probably would work really, really good for you. I have to say though, it just does not work for me. It's like, you know, anything that I used with a lot of squalene and hyaluronic acid and stuff like that in it, I'm fine with it in serums. Niacinamide I have to be a little careful with because that can dry me out, but hyaluronic I love. But in makeup, I don't like it because every time I use them, they make me look super, super dry. It makes me look super, super cakey. I'm very disappointed with this concealer. I can't even tell you. I was so excited. I couldn't wait. I kept looking at the website, waiting for it to come out. You know, even to spend the $29 right now at this moment in my life, I was like, okay, well, I can't really, but I'm really excited about it. I really want to try it because it sounds really good, because I really do love this concealer so, so much. You know, I'm just really, really super disappointed with this concealer. I have to tell you, it's a no for me. I mean, it's just a no for me. I just would say if you guys are interested in it, I mean, you can play with it if you're in Sephora, but I mean, just test it on your skin. I mean, please, if you guys have tried it and if you used it, you know, tell us what your thoughts are. Do you like it or whatever? But I just have not been impressed with this one at all. It's just not, even trying to mix it with a hydrating one, it still looks really, really dry. And I've never had that problem with some of my other ones. My creaseless always saves me if I need extra moisture. I've tried everything with it already. I've tried it like 3 or 4 times, and then my eyes just got so dry, I just couldn't use it anymore. So I had to quit using it. So I'm not using it today because it makes my eyes so dry, and it takes me like 2 and 3 days just to get over it, the dryness underneath. It just makes them look really, really super crinkly, and I just don't like that. I'm already crinkly already. I don't need to be crinkly anymore. So anyway, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the OG. We're going to do this one instead. I would say if you really want to use a really good concealer, and if you've not tried this one, I think the price is about the same. You get twice as much in this one. This is a 0.50, and this one is, what did I say? It was a 0.16. You get triple the amount on this one. This one's just really great. I have this one in the shade Taffy, but I'm going to mix it with my creaseless. I love it. I just mix a little bit of a lighter shade with it to make it just a little bit more emollient, and I'm going to mix those two together, and I'm going to place that underneath my eye instead. But yeah, I would just say no to that. I would just say no. I'm going to just let you see how beautiful that is together. These two together make a beautiful, they're like a dream team. They're just really, really beautiful. Of course, this is magic anyway for me. I could mix it with anything and it makes it work. But these just together just make, but see, look how beautiful that looks. It looks very like beautiful. It's got a little bit of a luminosity to it. It looks very smoothing, but yet it gives me good coverage. I went over the little areas just to give me a little bit more coverage over where the powder didn't. And see, and because that little bit of the creaseless had a little bit of a glow to it. And this one actually has a little bit of, a little undertone of like a little luminosity to it too. It's just a beautiful concealer. So this is the route that I would go instead of spending my money on this one. or if you just want to check this one out on its own, it's fine on its own too. I just took a little bit more luminosity with my eye area, but see how pretty that is. So just want to come back on and just show you guys what it looks like. And I'm gonna go back off and do this one, and then we'll finish up by doing the Pat McGrath up underneath it. Okay, so now I am back. So look how pretty it looks. It looks really beautiful. It looks very smooth, feels really good. And see, it just got this really beautiful look to it. The foundation, it's like I said, it's like you feel like it's going to be very matte, but it's got like this really beautiful velvety look to it. And then and I've had that little bit of the, the E.L.F is coming through, a little bit of that is coming through, and a little bit more of that glow, but I just love that concealer duo. But so now let's get into Miss Pat McGrath. Now, this is a Charlotte Holcroft favorite. And I hear her rant and rave about this on and on her and Patty Almondo. They love this. They always set their under eye with this powder. And I've seen many other, I think Chelsea does it. I've seen many other people use it too. So this is the Pat McGrath. It's the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder. These names kill me. I have it in the shade yellow. So I got it in the shade yellow because the other one just seemed like it might be way too light, but this is what it looks like. It broke, so I'm gonna have to get a new one, and I didn't even drop it. So this is a very, very, very delicate powder, let me tell you. So you have to be very, very careful with it. So I'm going to take, this is my Flower Beauty brush. I love this brush. It's a highlighter brush, and she's like $4. I mean, at the Walmart. Just don't tell anybody that I told you, but it's like at Walmart. Get that Walmart, because these brushes, Drew Barrymore's Flower Beauty brushes are so good. They're really good, and I think they also sell them at CVS, but I think they're a little bit more at CVS, but they're also there too. But I'm just going to take a little bit of this, and I've already kind of patted out a little bit up underneath, and I just want to show you that it is really beautiful. This powder has been around for a hot minute, and when it came out, I wasn't really, I felt it in store, and I was like, it's just still like a powder, it's a powder, But if you just use the littlest bit of it, and not a lot of it, and just a little bit, it just really does blur that under eye area, and it does make it look real smooth. And sometimes I'll just take it just a little bit up through here, just a little bit, just to kind of give a little bit extra, smoothing right through there. And I just love it. It's really beautiful, and it's very light, and it still doesn't take away the glow too much either, which I love. I love that. And it's just very smoothing, but see how pretty it looks? It just looks very smooth. Got a very smooth look to it. And you would think by looking at the yellow that it would be very like, but it's a very lightweight powder. I'm going to put it down before, hopefully it won't break anymore. I'm going to have to return it and get a new one. But it just goes right into the skin. It's really beautiful. It just leaves this really beautiful light blur, but it's not too matte or anything. It just really makes it look smooth. And I really like it. So thanks again, Patty. Patty, you and Charlotte for enticing me into buying something. See, this is where influencers influence other influencers to buy stuff. That's what it is all about. But, but before we go on into talking about a little bit about the Ambient Liquid by Hourglass, I want to use a little bit of my Maybelline glass spray. Love this stuff. I just love it. I'm going to spray a little bit on my sponge, and we're going to tap over top of this and just really melt this into the skin. This spray, look at that. Look how beautiful that spray. Look, the difference. See how beautiful? It just melts that whole product in. And I'm telling you, when you melt this in, and I've also done this with my my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, and I've also done it with my Infallible spray. I've done it a couple of different times, different ways. Because I've used it quite a few times. And I'm telling you, it is incredible. Just doing a spray and setting it, and how well it stays on all day, and how beautiful it looks all day. It's really, really pretty. That's how pretty that is. It's so gorgeous. Awesome. So nice. I love it. So I know we're not doing color in this video, but I did pick up LANCOME had a buy one get one free in Dillard's whenever they were doing the National Lipstick Day, and I got the little Absolute Cream in one last night, and I call it one night stand. All the time they'll say, "Oh my God, that's one night stand," and the people are like, "Oh my God, it's not one night stand." I'm like, I I get the names so mixed up, but it's really, really beautiful. If you guys have not seen the Lancome components, they're really, really pretty. But I just thought we'd put some of this on. It's a really beautiful mauve color. Could look a little bit of a pinky purple to it. It's really pretty. I thought we'd put a little bit of that on just to have something a little bit unique. And I kind of feel like I'm matching my flowers and my shirt here a little bit. It feels really good. They feel really creamy. We've got lips on. We've got skin on. It's like, let's talk a little bit about the Hourglass, the Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I was going to do a video with this, guys, and I just decided not to. I was going to do a whole foundation thing with it, and I was just trying to do it, you know, a wear test and all this stuff, which I did wear it, and I've wore it 3 times. And I will tell you each time, you know, this foundation is supposed to be like a soft glow foundation. It's supposed to have this really candlelit from within glow type look to it. It doesn't, on the box, it doesn't really say a lot about it, but it's just supposed to be this kind of a blurring kind of a foundation. You know, your typical what's going on now, everything that all the other foundations is kind of like that. There's quite a few shades in it. I want to say there's like 50 or 40. I can't remember, but I'll put it down here. And I think it's like, but it's like up there. It's like $60 or something like that. But of course, you know, it comes with the pump and it's really nice. I mean, it's not bad. Let me put it on another hand so you guys can see it. I got this, I got the shade in Ambient. This is 9.5. The shade range, guys, is just, it's very weird. And I mean, when I actually bought mine in store, and I mean, it's not the best shade range by any means, but I mean, you can see that there's coverage there. It's a coverage. And it like it look, and you know, on my hand, it looks like it's going to be glowy, but it dries down. Which it dries down to more of a matte finish on me. And I don't mind it, especially if I use a setting spray that's a little bit more luminous. It doesn't bother me. But you know, you can see now that it's starting to dry down some. It does stay on all day. It stays on all day long. It does look really pretty if you, I have to doctor it up a little bit. I have to manipulate it. It's a little bit like my Lisa Eldridge foundation and a couple other ones that I have to manipulate. But I can manipulate them and make them what I want to make them, but I have to make them that way in order for them to work, if that makes any sense. You know, but it's got a silky feel to it. It's got a little bit of an undertone of like a little bit of a glow, but it doesn't give glow. So just to keep that in mind, if you're dry, it does not give glow. I'm just going to tell you, it don't give glow. If you're normal, combination oily, you'll see a little bit more of the glow come out of it. But if you were the least bit more on the really dry side, I would stay clear of this foundation. It's just not worth it. It's not worth the trouble. It is just, it's like, you know, I don't even have any Hourglass foundations. I don't have any Hourglass anything. I don't have any blush. I don't have anything because I just don't like anything Hourglass has come out with. I will say though, I'm very impressed with this foundation because it does stay on. It does look really beautiful. It does do a beautiful job making the pores and everything look blurred, but kind of leaving a lit from within glow to the skin underneath. You know, but I recommend it for normal oily combination people. I do not recommend it if you are the least bit more on the normal to dry side to dry. Don't buy it. You know, I personally like the Care and Glow better personally, but I felt, and I've seen comparisons where people have compared them side by side with each other. And I know some people have really preferred, especially people that are more in a combination to oily, have really preferred the Ambient over the Lancome. You know, and I probably would agree with that. If you're a little bit more on the more oilier side or combination side, you would like this one. This one also does not contain fragrance in it. The Lancome has fragrance in it. This also does not contain a sunscreen in it. The Lancome has sunscreen in it. So if those kind of things turn you off on that, then this may be a better option for you. It's just trying to pick a shade because the shades are so weird. And again, this looks okay on me. It's not bad, but I felt like it was a little like really, it's a neutral. I think it's a neutral, right? I think it's a neutral. No, it's actually the cooler color. I think it's the cooler one. 9.5 is one of the cooler colors. It just was very, I just felt like it was just very blah. I mean, I just didn't feel like the color did anything for me. I probably could go up to like a 10 or maybe a 10.5 and it might look a little better. I just didn't like the color either. So that may have had something to do with it. But I mean, I did wear it for a couple of days and I doctored it up and I put some bronzer on and we sprayed it and I made it a little bit more glowy like I do like this one. I made it a little bit more radiant and I really do like it. It is a really nice foundation. I am impressed with it. You know, to me personally, I wouldn't recommend it to you guys. I mean, you know, if you're dry at least at all. If you're a little bit more over the age of like a certain age, over 40, maybe 45, and you have any dryness, just be careful with it. You know, if you do have pores and you have texture and you have oiliness or you have a T-zone or whatever, you may really like it. You know, and it's got a really nice coverage. A little bit of it goes a long way though. You don't need a lot of it because the more you put on, the more cakier it looks. So please be careful with that and be wary of that. You know, but I think Hourglass did a really, really good job with this. It's just, again, the color selection's a little weird, but I mean, you know, and it's a little bit more expensive than the Lancome, but I mean, but again, if you have those issues with texture and smoothing and poreness and what have you, you may really, really like this foundation. So it'd be definitely worth a shot for you. Let me go over really, really quickly, just really quick, what is a hit and a miss? Definitely a hit for me, definitely a major hit. I will be getting rid of those old Charlotte Tilbury ones as much as I hate to, but they smell so much like paint. I can't even tell you. I can't even stand wearing them because they smell so bad. You know, the Dior is a big hit. I really love it for a powder makeup and to be a velvet foundation, especially for somebody that's dry. I have to say, I really, really like it. It's very nice. The Lancome, the canvas, I'm going to be playing with it a little bit more. Again, I think it's more if you just want to put it in your T-zone and you want to smooth out some areas. If you're very oily or combination, you would put it all over. It would be beautiful on you. If you just want some, just to give that really blurred look, I think you would really enjoy it. Remember, again, it does have fragrance in it, but it is refillable. If you like a refillable, if you use the Tasha Silk canvas and you really like that one to me is a little bit more hydrating. This one is a little bit more mattifying to me personally, but I mean, to you, it may be not mattifying enough. I mean, it would be interesting to see what somebody says on this, but I mean, but I like it. I'm gonna still keep using it. I'm definitely gonna just be using it just in this area though, definitely not out because I've done it all over the face. It does not work all over my face, trust me. And definitely underneath the eye area, please stay clear of that unless you're very oily or you can handle it underneath the eye area. I would not put it underneath the eye area because it does not look good. It bunches up the concealer and you look really, really tired and old. The Born This Way concealer, the Ethereal, don't mess with it, guys. Just don't. I mean, if you want to go in and look at it, if you're in Ulta or if you're in Sephora and you want to check it out and just play with it, I mean, if you love it, I mean, please let me know what you think of it. If you've tried it and you really like it, I've seen good reviews on it. People really like it. I just think it's just too mattifying for me. I don't know. My eyes are just too dry. I'm just too old. I just can't wear it. I think that if you're a little bit more younger and you like that really smoothing, but you want a kind of a radiant kind of a look, but it's not really radiant, but you want that kind of a look, I think you might like it. It's just not emollient enough for me. So I pass again. I would go with the OG. I would do it instead because I think it's a little bit better. That's just my 2 cents. So the Pat McGrath is a definite. I love it. I have to get another one because it broke. So, I mean, but it is a really good product if you are looking for an under eye setting powder, or if you're a little scared to use setting powder underneath it, you want to check it out. It would be worth your while to check it out. Remember, just a little bit of it though. Just don't use a lot of it because it can get a little bit dry if you're not careful with it, but it is really, really super beautiful. Ambient, again, really great for normal oily combination skin. I think this would be a really hit winner for you. I think you would probably even like it over the Lancome if you tried both of them or if you've tried samples of them. You can also get samples of these guys, so definitely get samples of the Lancome or of this one to try, you know, if you want to try it out before you buy it. But it is a good one to check out. I mean, I would definitely give it a check out because you got to pick the shade out, but I would definitely go into my local Sephora and check it out before you actually buy it. I wouldn't buy it online because it's just the color shade selection is so strange. And it's for the lipstick. We like it, and we love the skin. We love it. It's really nice. I'm loving the way it looks. I love the way it feels. So yeah, that's it. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate you being here. And remember, be safe, be strong, be proud, stand tall, love yourself. Remember to tell somebody that you love them today, because life is way too short. And also remember to be kind to someone, because kindness can go off long ways these days. And trust me, we all need it. We all need a little kindness, and we all need a little love. And with that said, guys, please take care of yourself, and peace out. And we will see you again in the next episode. Mwah. Bye.